Botticelli's early life. Botticelli, full name Alessandro di Mariano di Vanni Filippetti, was born in Florence, Italy in 1445. His early training began as a goldsmith's apprentice. Later on, he became an apprentice to Fra Filippo Lippi, an artist of the Renaissance era. He opened his own studio in Florence by early 1470s and gained recognition quickly. He received commissions from wealthy patrons, especially the Medici family. Botticelli's career.
In the 1490s, Botticelli's style and themes shifted, influenced by the religious reformer Savonarola. His later works, such as Mystic Nativity, became more spiritual and somber. As a high Renaissance emerged, with artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo rising in prominence, Botticelli's reputation declined. He died in 1510, relatively forgotten, but was rediscovered in the 19th century and is now celebrated as a master of Renaissance art.
Botticelli's modern influence. Sandro Botticelli continues to have a strong cultural and artistic influence today. His most iconic works, such as The Birth of Venus and Primavera, are celebrated for their elegance, mythological themes, and ethereal beauty. In modern times, Botticelli's influence is evident in several areas. Fashion. Designers frequently draw inspiration from his flowing fabrics, classical poses, and romanticized figures. Brands like Dolce & Gabbana and Dior have referenced his imagery in their collections. Popular culture. Botticelli's imagery appears in music videos, films, and advertising, often used to evoke beauty, femininity, and high culture. Beyoncé and Lady Gaga, among others, have incorporated Botticelli-inspired visuals in their work. Art and media. Contemporary artists reinterpret Botticelli's themes and compositions, sometimes to comment on gender, beauty standards, or historical ideals. His work has also been used in digital art and NFTs.
But how significant is Botticelli's influence? Let's hear an interview from the esteemed Mrs. O'Connor of Red Bank Regional High School.
Has a Botticelli painting ever made you see something in a different way? Can you share that experience?
Botticelli is one of my favorite artists, and I did be lucky to actually see two of his most famous paintings, which was Primavera and The Birth of Venus, in person at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence. And not necessarily to see me see things in a different way, but actually made me feel something that I didn't feel with a lot of paintings, and I have seen a lot of paintings in my life. And I don't know if it was because I'm a fan of Botticelli and I actually saw the pieces in person, but the scale, like when you see it on a computer screen or you see them in a book, they're kind of small, but they're actually quite large. And when I saw them, actually it touches all the senses. So it made me feel something like, I don't know, overwhelming in a good way. Not necessarily like made me see things in a different way.
Do you think Botticelli is underrated, overrated, or appropriately celebrated in the art world today?
I don't think he's underrated now because people know about it. And I feel like the fact that fashion still uses his, work definitely shows how relevant he is, even to this day. I feel like maybe, perhaps, if anything, is like, he could have been a little bit more, he's not underrated, but I feel like if I have to pick a Leonardo da Vinci for a whole different, but maybe a Michelangelo and Botticelli, I feel like they're all kind of on the same level, but I feel like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci are always a little bit higher up there. But I feel like his work is like, he was the first one who started really using symbolism and allegory in his compositions. So I feel like he's not as known for that, but he's the first one who started doing it. So I feel like, he's well recognized.
So would you say appropriately?
Appropriately, but it could be a little more, I guess. But the fact that his work is done, used nowadays in, current culture, I think, I guess appropriately, I guess.
Okay. How do you feel about the way Botticelli's work is used in fashion branding and pop culture? Does it honor or dilute his legacy?
I actually feel like it's kind of cool that some dude that was just, around back in the early 1300s and it's been hundreds of years and he's still relevant today.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool though. I don't think that it diminishes his work. I think it's actually keep him current and,
Yeah, like it kind of enhances it.
Yes, I feel
Yeah,
like, I totally
right?
feel like it's definitely kind of cool. I want to put something out there and for generations, hundreds and hundreds of years later.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
In conclusion, Sandro Botticelli's has left a significant impact on the art world today, as references to his work can be seen throughout a multitude of different fields, including pop culture, modern art, and music.